Hi people, hi, how are you? Welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is the place where you're supposed to be. This is the right place for you. If you're new here, thank you so much for coming. If you're a returning subscriber, we don't take it for granted. I personally don't take it for granted that you've come back. I normally say there are so many other people out there who are big channels, big whatever YouTubers, but you still chose to come here. So thank you so much for trusting on us. Thank you so much for coming here. We don't take it for granted, guys. Today is a good day that the Lord has made for us. As usual, it is our slogan. So we want to thank the Lord. We want to rejoice in the day. And we say, Karibuni nyumbani. Thank you so much for those people who are sharing these videos. Thank you so much for those people who are commenting. Even if it's a like button, you have subscribed. Please don't watch and you've not subscribed. Please, 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 please. Thank you so much. Let's get to 500 subs only. I'm not even asking for so many. If you have somebody at home there who has a smartphone, sorry, please subscribe. Help them subscribe. Tell them they are missing out so many things. Because, at the end of the day, we say this channel is all about helping each other. We need, like we normally hear those young kids saying sharing is caring. So we are also caring, like we are sharing. We are sharing out information. And I believe at the end of the day, we'll move from one point to the other. Even if it is one person who has benefited from this, even if I talk to myself, like I don't know how many days, and then at the end of the day, you find that somebody has benefited from it. Guys, I still feel like my heart feels okay. So today, as you can see from the title, I want us to talk to those people who have relatives, or those people who have, maybe your mom is a nurse, your father is a nurse, you're a child. A child means, of course, if you have a phone, you're not a child. As in, you're a young teen, you're a young adult, maybe you're about 16 or something, and you come across this channel. Tell your mom that you can go to the US. And there is this nurse ZP who is talking to people on ways to immigrate. Guys, there are so many videos that we've talked about. Ways of immigrating, how you can immigrate to the US and stuff. So if you have a relative who is a nurse out there, and maybe they are feeling like this is the right time. I've made a decision, and I want to go to the US. There are so many ways you can go. There's so many ways there's so many channels that you can use for you to get yourself there. So today we want to talk about CGFNS. What is this CGFNS? Not necessarily CGFNS. How do I go about it if I want to get a job in the US? You'll have to start with your document verification. You trained as a nurse in the country, you've been practicing as a nurse in the country, but you can't just pop into another country and start practicing there. You have to undergo something that we call document verification and document evaluation, credential evaluation, and everything. We all know that when you're going to the US, you have to have a visa. Like, you have to be permitted by the government of that country for you to work there. It's not only in the US. Even if I was to come from here and go to Tanzania, I'll have to go through the government. I'll have to go through their government regulations and stuff, so that they allow me to practice as a nurse there. Bure kama sio hivyo, I'll practice as, I don't know, as a what, unless I want to practice as a quack. Guys, I was trying to explain, if you're a nurse and you want to move from the country, like you want to move from here to go to the United States of America, or you want to go to Uganda, you want to go to Rwanda, you can't just pop in like there and then you start working as a nurse. Nobody recognizes you as a nurse. Those are just stories that you're telling us you're a nurse. You trained as a nurse. From where? You have to show to us, you have to prove to us. Or maybe you've come from Nigeria and then you want to practice in Kenya. You have to undergo a process for us to understand that for sure you trained as a nurse and you're a nurse. So it's the same thing that we are saying. When you want to immigrate from Kenya to the US, there is this thing we normally say, document verification. Like, your documents have to be verified. Your documents have to undergo through a process of analyzing, and then they verify that for sure you're a nurse, you've been trained as a nurse in your native home, in your native country. you've been practicing, you have a license which is valid. Validity of a license is very important. Even in the country, when you're practicing with an invalid license, it's such a big blunder, you know. So so all those things you have to undergo through. So for you, as you're applying for a visa, like as you are applying for a work permit. Work permit is a visa. Visa, like a visa. You know what's a visa. You understand what is this. You guys even know better than I do. So you have to undergo through that process. Ni kama kuchunguzwa, like somebody is trying to go through your documents, like they want to know for sure you attained a degree in nursing, you attained a diploma in nursing. I had diploma in nursing. This is what you're doing currently in your native country. So now we want you to do, like, you know, that kind of things. So in this case scenario, we're talking about the way you will verify your documents. There are two companies or associates or commission of associates that are used when you're in Kenya or when you're in Uganda, Tanzania, or wherever it is that you are, to verify your documents. You normally send your documents to either CGFNS, or you can send your documents to JSA, like Joseph Sinley and Associates, for them to verify your documents and prove for sure that you're a nurse and you've been practicing in your country. So what is this CGFNS, and why do I need to use CGFNS instead of JSA? What is the difference between CGFNS and JSA? Like, which one is better between the two? Both of them, they evaluate your credentials, and both of them, they can also issue you a visa screening certificate. Okay? You can either use document verification using JSA, that is Joseph Sinley and Associates, or you can use CGFNS. And what is this CGFNS that we're talking about? Let's Google up 1 minute. Let's Google up 1 minute and see what it is. It is what it is. What is CGFNS in full? It is the mission of CGFNS. I'm reading it up on their website. The mission of CGFNS International, formerly known as Commission on Graduates of Foreign Nursing Schools. Commission on graduates of foreign nursing schools. They are foreign nursing schools that have given nurses credentials. So there is a commission that is based in Philadelphia that now evaluates or analyzes the documents that you were issued to that, like, you know, there's a school in Kenya and there is this CGFNS which is based in Philadelphia. So you who is in the country, you've trained and you've been given documents as a nurse. So you want to go and practice in the United States. So what will happen? Those people don't know whether you're a nurse. So there is that commission, there is that company, there is that group of associates that have come up or that have been qualified or that have been set aside to commission education on graduates who have trained outside America. I don't know whether I've explained it in the right way, but you can Google it up and you'll understand. Okay? So they are saying it is to serve, they are used to serve the global community through programs and services that verify and promote the knowledge-based practice competency of healthcare professionals. Okay? How do you register for CGFNS in the USA? We're talking about CGFNS in this case. We'll not touch JSA because we've said there are two. The most commonly, of course there are several. The most commonly used is JSA and CGFNS, sorry. JSA and CGFNS. And the most commonest one that is known like by everybody is the CGFNS. It has been there ever since time immemorial. So how do I do it? How do I go through it? I had made some notes for you guys. As usual, I said, I want to talk about things that I know. So how will you open an account? How will your documents be verified by this CGFNS because you're in the country? You will go to the portal. Let me show you guys. You will Google online, okay? These are the kind of images. I don't know whether you will see it, guys. I don't know whether you'll see it. Anyway, and I'll attach something. I'm sure you may not see it. You may not see it. But what will happen, you will need, if you're a new user, you'll need to open up their website. Like you Google up, you write up CGFNS. Then you go to the account creation. After you go to the account creation, you go to the point of complete my profile. At that point, when you want to complete your profile, you will say that you want to complete my profile. One minute, guys, before I start misleading you here. So they will tell you that they have a portal online, like on Google. So you will Google the CGFNS because you're new to CGFNS, you don't know how to go about it. Then you'll enter your personal email and then you click continue. After you click continue, you will confirm your email address by entering it again. Like, it's a step-by-step process. You're starting to then you say send code. The code will be sent to your email to verify, like for sure it is you who is using your email to create an account with CGFNS. Okay? If the email address you've entered do not match, you'll be asked to correct it. Of course, like you're opening an account with anyone. Okay? You will verify your email address, then you'll go to the account creation. You enter, you key in the basic information, indicate whether you are an applicant, or then provide your name and date of birth. You'll be asked if you have a CGFNS ID number. If you've never used CGFNS before, of course you do not have an ID number. Okay, so you select no. Then from there you'll go to point number 4, whereby now you need to do the account creation itself. You will need to insert the additional information. Indicate whether you have a passport. And remember, in the other videos I said, guys, if you don't have a passport, my friend, I don't know what you're doing with your life, my friend. What if you get a locum na unaambiwa upeleke mgonjwa wa Rwanda ama upeleke mgonjwa sijui wapi? Rwanda huwezi enda bila passport. Si lazima utatumia passport. You need a passport, guys. So you see, even this time round when you're applying for CGFNS verification, like when you're opening an account, they still ask you whether you have a passport. If yes, indicate which country it was issued. If not, you don't. If yes, you enter your passport number. That's point number 4. Then you go now to the license information. If you do not have a license, you can select no. If yes, provide the jurisdiction or the country that issued your license and your license number. In this case, I want to believe if you're a nurse, you already have a license. So you will indicate yes, enter your license number. That's point number 5. And then you do which country gave you the jurisdiction. I mean, it's the same with the country. Give you give you the license. Then you go to the education information. In this case, they want you to provide information about your initial entry-level education that you received for your profession. From the drop-down menus, select the country where you were educated and the name of your school. Like me now, I'll talk about Salama Secondary School, Salama Primary School, Salama whatever, Salama Kariandusi or whatever it is. Like kwenye ulisomea, hizo ndo vitu zenye unaandika. Enter your year of graduation, like the completion date. If it is 2001, if it is 1995, it is 1980, wherever. Miaka tu zenye ulimaliza shule. That is the tertiary. Then you go to the terms and conditions. Read through all the terms and conditions for using CGFNS Connect. Check the box to accept the terms and conditions. Then you click submit when you've finished. After that, you will be told to create security questions. Select 2 security questions from the drop-down menus. Provide your answers to each question. Maybe you can talk about who was your first boyfriend or girlfriend, stroke, whatever it is. Something that you know you will not forget. What was your pet, depending on what they've given you there. Then you click submit. After that, you set your login password. Your password is very important because when you're starting this journey, you'll have a lot of passwords that you can't even remember. Sasa hii nilitumia gani kwa CGFNS, nilitumia gani kwa JSA, nilitumia gani. So you need to have a unique password. Like maybe one that you're using for all of them. You understand? So create your password by entering it in the password field. Confirm your password by entering it for the second time. And then you confirm. Passwords are case sensitive and you receive. You jisome hapo, then you click submit. Okay? Then you log into your account, CGFNS Connect portal account. You've already created an account with the CGFNS. Then from there, they will tell you now to send the documents. So you've already created an account. So they will say, after the account has been successfully created, they will tell you, like, I'll try to show you mine. I'll insert an image to show you my account, the way mine looks like. So they'll tell you, this is Zipporah Gishohi of ID number CGFNS, ID number this, email address is this is the postal address. Like mine now they use for MedPro because I'm registered with under MedPro. So then they will tell you like all those details. So when you log in using the passwords and the email address that you've created just at that moment, they will tell you now to go to your profile. Your profile, you have to complete your profile. If, for example, you were creating an account for credential evaluation, it means you'll have to wait for them to verify your documents so that you get the CES report that will enable you to get an ATT, that is the authorization to test, for you to sit for the exam. That is one purpose of using CGFNS, or that is one purpose of evaluating your documents. First of all, you could be using it for get a CES evaluation, the CES report, which we said, I don't know whether I had told you guys that the CES report is an academic report that gives a detailed analysis of all education that you have obtained out of the United States of America. All of the education that you received, like the foreign education you received out of the country. Which country are we talking about? This the country of honey and milk and honey and everything. So if you trained out of America, you have to go through CGFNS evaluation so that they give you something we call CES report. It's a detailed, analyzed report of how many hours did you attain in midwifery in your nursing school in Kenya. How many hours did you attain in reading about anatomy and physiology? How many hours of clinical placement did you achieve in your country? Do you meet the criteria of working as a nurse, as a registered nurse in the United States? Yani, it's a credential evaluation. It's a detailed report, academic report, to prove that for sure you qualified now to work as a nurse in the United States of America, or you qualify to sit for the NCLEX exam, which is a mandatory exam for every nurse who is practicing or is aspiring to practice as a nurse in the United States of America. So they will tell you, you have to send your documents. Now this is where people go wrong, or this is where people now start shivering, because you know what happens? You'll have to send your documents. You'll go to your nursing school. You tell them they need to send your documents. You can't send them by yourself. It is the school that sends. They write a report. How many hours did you achieve in anatomy and physiology, clinical placement, in midwifery, in psychiatric, like all those, how many hours did you achieve? Then from there, you go to the nursing council. They tell you, you have a diploma in nursing, you have a diploma in nursing, and you have basic, you have a BSN, you have all the nursing papers that you have. So they send them to the nursing council. Like there's a form that nursing council has to fill up for you. You send them to the United States. It's based in Philadelphia. It is quite expensive because I think it's about 12,000 to, it depends, 12,000 to 21,000. Like I think mine was about 21,000 based on so many factors. You can check on initial videos that I had done. So after that, after you send your documents, now you will wait for about 30 to 90 days. I think I waited for about 30 to 90 days. Now this is where you hear people asking, what's the difference between Joseph Sindley and Associate, and what is the difference, what is the difference between JSA and CGFNS? With CGFNS, I think they have a workload. The workload is quite a lot, so it takes a bit more time. Unlike JSA, I think they don't have a lot of people, so it takes a bit less time. So you will find that when you're using JSA, it's a bit faster, it moves a bit faster. You find that some other agencies prefer using JSA when you're about to, like when you're getting the credential evaluation, the CES report, for you to sit for the exam, because it's a bit faster. But then again, when you're done with the NCLEX exam, they take you back to CGFNS, because at the end of the day, there are some states that do not recognize the visa screen certificate issued by the JSA. Until of recent, I had like they were approved by, I think, several states and the National Visa Center. Now they can issue the visa screening certificate. But initially they were not. They were not issuing visa screen certificate. They were only doing the credential evaluation. You sit for your exam, then you go back to CGFNS. So that's why you find the CGFNS is the most common. It's not like many people know about CGFNS. So after you sent your documents, like blah 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 and everything, you wait for 30 to 90 days. You get either you are waiting for evaluation report, the CES report. You're given, then you're authorized to test. You sit for your exam, then you come back again and do the visa screening certificate now. I think it also takes about 30 to 90 days as well. You get your certificate and then you're in the queue waiting for for your dates to move, like others are waiting for the dates, okay? How much will it cost? How much will it cost for you to about how much money do you need when you're doing visa screen certificate and all that? Remember, we've said there is 12,000. We are talking to Kenyans. Call it 12 to 21,000. Call it 12, just let's call it 20,000 Kenyan shillings. And then for the visa screening, like purchasing the order and everything, I think it might take you about $540 US. I mean, it's bound for correction anyway. So if you feel like I have underestimated or overestimated, you can comment down below. I'm not sure though how much it is, but you can Google it up. This the information is on, it's all over. So let's say it's 540 times 130 right now. So that is about, I hesabu sijui bana ilikuja na ngapi. So 5,400. So call it 70,000 plus 20,000. So that's, give it 100,000. Give it 100,000 for you to complete the whole process. So kama uko na somo moja yako na wewe ni nurse na unataka kuanza process yako ya kukua nurse in America, the USRNs, the likes of the Montana Babes and all that. Kama unataka hivyo, just toa miguu kwa mfuko. Enda pale kwa ile sako yako, tell them I need a loan. Na hii loan usikule mandazi, don't eat that money. If you've already done your visa screen and everything, until ufike ile point sasa umeshafanya exam, you're good to go. Then from there, maybe you can look for an agency, they sponsor you, they petition your papers, and then at the end of the day, you're good to go. So that is what I felt like I should talk about today. I don't think it's a bad thing though, because I feel like there are some people who are out there and they are not sponsored by any agency. They are doing this process by themselves, ama they are planning to do the process by themselves. Alafu unajua sasa shida ni moja, when they plan to do the process by themselves, hawajui wataanza wapi. Kuna wenye tulisema, some people prefer looking at somebody talking, like they are visual, other than just reading for themselves. Like me, I prefer looking at somebody talking to me. I'll understand more, I comprehend more. Other than waiting for somebody to tell me, atichukue hiyo kitabu ujisome. That's why I don't even read novels. I won't lie to you. So, because I'll not understand. I mean, I don't believe in kushika kitabu nianze kusoma. So maybe, like, I've talked to you, I've summarized how you do it. It will help somebody. So guys, until next time, thank you so much for coming. Please don't forget to subscribe, guys. Please don't watch and don't subscribe, please. We say we need to go to a 500 subs. We are already at 200 and something. Tumbakisha kidogo sana. Very, 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 very kidogo. See you. God bless you. God bless you. Till next time.